Hey, so we're going to be talking about systems of measurement here today, and I really what the most important takeaway from this is going to be unit analysis, and that's a really easy way to go from, like, if you say you had, like, let's say we had, my height is 6 feet, and I want to know how many inches is that equal to. Okay, so a lot of us, we know that there are, so we've got 12 inches, and 12 inches is equal to 1 foot. Okay, so this is going to be our conversion factor, and we're going to use that conversion factor. So we're going to use that to convert our 6 feet to inches. Okay, so we'll find out how tall I am in inches. So 6 feet tall, and what I do is I start with our 6 feet, and then the tricky thing is always, okay, do I multiply by the 12? Do I divide by the 12? And really what we're going to do is we're just going to multiply by this ratio. Now we can write this as a ratio, either like this, 12 inches to 1 foot, or 1 foot to 12 inches. Okay, and the let me erase these little stray marks. And so the ratio 12 inches to 1 foot, or 1 foot to 12 inches, these two ratios, this one here and this one, they're, in terms of units, these are equal to 1, because these are the same distance. So in terms of units, this fraction, or this ratio, is equal to 1. So what we want to do is we want to place, we're going to multiply 6 feet times, and we can think of this as 6 feet over 1 if you'd like. And what we want in our denominator is we want feet, so that we can cancel with these feet. Just like you can cross-cancel numbers, we're going to cross-cancel units. So that means I'm going to put the 1 foot down here, and then we'll put the 12 inches up top. So we used this ratio here. So now I can cancel these units, just like we can cross-cancel numbers. And then I just multiply like I normally would. So I've got 6 times 12 inches, that's equal to 72 inches. And then 1 times 1 on the bottom, that's just 1. So 6 feet is equal to 72 inches. And that's a really easy way to remember how to convert units. So one of my sister-in-law, she's 5 feet 3 inches tall, and we use this. We mix up our units all the time in America. We blend them together, so we always use 5 feet 3 inches. So, feet and inches. And so when we want to use these in calculations or something like that, we either have to decide, do we want to use the feet or do we want to use the inches? In this case, let's say we wanted to use inches. So that means I have to first change this to inches. So we'll do that. So remember, write down our conversion factor. So our conversion factor for feet and inches, again, is there are 12 inches, and that's equal to 1 foot. So there's our conversion factor, and we have to decide, are we going to use 12 inches per 1 foot, or are we going to use 1 foot per 12 inches? Okay, so we'll decide on which ratio to use in a moment. So I'm just going to write the 5 feet down here, because I'm just going to change that to inches. So 5 feet, and put that over 1 if we'd like. Now over here, we need to decide which ratio we're going to use. I have the feet up here, so diagonally, I want the feet down here to cancel, so I'm going to use this ratio here. So that's 12 inches and 1 foot. So now these will cancel, and so I'm left with 5 times 12 inches, so that's 60 inches, and then 1 times 1 on the bottom. So the 5 feet is 60 inches. So now I have 60 inches plus these 3 inches that extra that we had listed up there. So 3 inches. So this is 63 inches. So she is 63 inches tall. Now what if I wanted to convert these inches into, say, another system of measurement like the metric system. So let's say I wanted to know how many centimeters she is tall. So that would be, we want to know 63 inches is equal to how many centimeters. So first thing we need to know is we need to know our unit conversion factor for centimeters and inches. If you can Google it, there should be something in our book that will tell you how, give you some common conversion factors. So I know that in 1 inch, that's equal to 2.54 centimeters. Okay, so we need to either use this ratio, 1 inch to 2.54 centimeters, or this one, 2.54 centimeters to 1 inch. Okay, so I'm going to start with the distance that we've been given, which is the 63 inches. So 63 inches. And we need to multiply that by this, our conversion factor. We have the inches up here in the numerator, so that means we want the inches in the denominator. So we're going to use this ratio here. So that would be 2.54 centimeters per 1 inch. So, and again, I can write that over 1 if I want to. You don't have to do that. The inches will cancel, and we'll multiply straight across. So we, whoops, wrong color. So we have 63 times 2.54, which is 160.02 centimeters. So she's 5 feet 3 inches, or 63 inches, or 160.02 centimeters. Last little bit is you can use this unit analysis method. You can use it over and over again in one long multiplication statement. And you're going to use this unit analysis, I should mention, you're going to use this in physics, you're going to use it in chemistry a lot. And so this is really important to learn how to use. Let's say, so we've got, how many minutes are there in 3 days? So we're going to start with our known quantity, that would be 3 days. And then we simply have to write down, and we're going to have to do a few unit conversions here. So in one day, there are 24 hours. And in 1 hour, there are 60 minutes. Okay, so there's 2 conversions that we're going to have to work with. So first one, the 3 days, and we can put that over 1. We're going to multiply this. We want to cancel our days. So that means we are going to write this ratio here with the days on the bottom. So that would be 1 day down here, and then 24 hours here. And so that will allow us to cancel the days. So we'll be left with hours, but we don't want hours. We want minutes. So we need to use this conversion factor now. So we've got hours up here. So we're going to write this ratio with hours in the denominator. So this will be times, and then we'll have 1 hour down here in the bottom, and then 60 minutes up here on the top. And so now we can cancel our hours. And then since we're left with minutes here, we're all set to go to, we just need to multiply these straight out, and we can get how many minutes are in 3 days. Okay, so I'm going to kind of compress this down below. So we've got 3, whoops, hold on. Wrong color. So we got 3 times 24 times 60 minutes, that's in our numerator, and then we just have 1 times 1 times 1 in our denominator, so I'll just leave that off. So 3 times 24 times 60, 3 times 24 times 60, and that'll give us 4,320 minutes. Okay, so let me know if you have questions on this, and we'll talk soon.